G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 8 of our Beginner's Lightning Caster Paladin playthrough, where last episode I found this interesting weapon, and I kind of thought it would be better, but didn't really have time to sort of figure it out during the episode. Yeah, it's better. So the way you can tell, often you go to here, you put your main attack on one of your mouse buttons, and no, Rune of Callistor does no damage, because it actually summons a pet, and then the pet does damage, so it's kind of hard to tell this way. What you can do, however, is if you mouse over it, it will say at the bottom there, the rune does 1.9 to 2.5 thousand damage, plus some extra little damage down the bottom. And if we put the old weapon back on, then that damage is 1.6 to 2.1, and it's basically less. Now, you can't 100% trust the numbers in this, but I mean, lightning and elemental and electrocute, +1 to all skills, +1 to stormbox. This is a decent weapon. So, I'm going to swap the weapon over, obviously. And that's basically plus 13 skill points, so it's about 4 levels worth of skill points on this one item. That is the main reason why +1 to all skills is so powerful. So, with that said, let's get on with the questing. And you can see the rift here. I did go and do a little bit in between, which I will discuss in a second. The Anchorite Seal, decent stats, and we do actually have a provoke, or a shield, so we can use provoke there. Let's actually have a look at that. I don't think I'm going to use it. Having said that, I think this is probably better than the Slith Primal Ring. Let's have a look at Vitality Resistance. 8% over maximum, so it's not great, but that is a bunch of extra health. And it's more poison and elemental, although elemental is, well, we don't need elemental. And we don't need poison either. So I think I will hang on to that, and then I'll sell it later. I mean, maybe use it later. Yeah, that could be good. But for right now, not really. Okay, let's go ahead and get on with this. Like I said, I have gone and done a few things in between, and one of the things I did was I ran from the Astrakhan Mountains Rift all the way to the Astrakhan's Valley Rift. I killed basically nothing. The only things I killed was accidentally from Aura of Sentia. And I didn't do any totems or anything like that, so I did kill a couple of Aether Crystals on the way, so I did get a few extra crystals, but other than that, nothing. So you'll see when we get here that I'm being attacked. I believe I left a couple of monsters, yep, right by the rift. And you can see that I pretty much just beelined through the entire thing. The crystals I killed were right here. There's also that one ethereal cold monster there that I also killed, but he didn't drop anything. Okay, so you can see the rune shrine here. We're going to go grab that, and have to remember to use Word of Renewal. I did just lose, I think 3 points, or I guess 2 points on, where is it, Steel Resolve here. Because this has +3 to Steel Resolve, and this has +0, or +1 to all. This has lost a few levels, and so I'm not getting as much Aether and Chaos Res from it. It is enough to still cap both of those resistances though, so as long as I can keep it active, which, I mean, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that's definitely not a certainty. But as long as I can keep it active, it'll be fine. There we go. And so now we have another devotion point. Let's go ahead and burn that. For devotions, we're still working on the vulture here. That chaos res is actually really well timed. Vitality res as well. So I think I could actually swap this in and get that little physical damage proc there. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so once we put the soul shard on it, there's really no reason not to do this. It's not an amazing ring for this build. A physical damage proc, we're not scaling physical damage. It's not amazing, but it's not bad, put it that way. Probably should have checked Cronley's ring as well. Pierce res, way over cap. Elemental res, way over cap. Yeah, I could have put that on. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, where was I? Right, so we're going to go and get the ashes for... I think we went with Kaiman's for these guys. Nope, Order of Death's Vigil. So we will be fighting the fire guy, whose name escapes me. We'll be fighting him when we get to the end of the dungeon. Given the choice between the two, I think I prefer to fight him, just because he doesn't slow you down. Having said that though, he will have his fire mole thing, and it is going to do a decent chunk of damage. I've been leveling a pet conjurer in between, sort of not recording it, and he is scary. When he has the right weapon, he can do some serious damage. Though to be fair, I was using the low cast set, so I had basically nothing for armor, and yeah. It's probably not actually as scary as he seemed like because of that, but yeah, he did a lot of damage very quickly. Okay, so I'm dropping a portal here. That is so as I can run down to Fort Ikon here, and I should be using my movement skills more often, but I can run over here to Fort Ikon, I can clear the rift there, and then I can take that rift back to the portal I just dropped, and then we'll go and do the Sacred Ashes quest. So coming in here, we're going to be fighting Ethereals for a while, and we'll be doing Lucius, or Lucian, I can never remember. I think Lucian's from Skyrim and Oblivion, but we'll be fighting the big Ethereal tank at the bottom of the prison. But that'll be after the Ashes. So I think we'll let the NPCs kill him. And I'm just going to stack up a whole bunch of these. And watch as one of them is enough to wipe the wave out. Okay, that's good. I am noticing that my energy is going down as well. I think that started fairly low just from having... what is this called? Rush. Just from Rush. So energy regen could be a problem. It's easily solved, but it could be a problem. Alright, let's head on into the tomb here. Tomb of the Archon, I think it's called. What is the area actually called? Tomb of Archon Bartholem. So we go in here and just ignore all this stuff, we can run past it. If you don't have capped elemental resistances in here, the lightning strikes that you're going to see hitting me very shortly are going to be quite dangerous. There was one just there. If your LE resists are not up to snuff, be prepared for that to hurt a lot. Alright, just pop this little secret stash. Again, nothing ever good in them, but, you know, sometimes, maybe you could get something good. Alright, I do think I can do this Ancient Spirit Totem on this character. I know I skipped it on the Purifier, but this character I think is powerful enough that I'm feeling like I can do it, and this is a good chunk of XP. So let's just throw a few runes around. And we should be right to just blow it up. Stand in here, we'll turn the loot off so I can actually see what's going on. And maybe we'll shred their resistances a little bit too, why not? Let's get some lightning going on. Alright, there's 38. So we're done with Aura of Censure. We're done with Inquisitor Seal. I don't need any more points in here because I'm not actually hitting things with weapons. So I guess we'll put more points in Ignition, and one more point in here. I think we're going to start working on Oathkeeper because we need to get some pets. Bet you didn't expect to hear that on a series about a lightning caster. But yes, we need to get the Guardians online because they have even more elemental resistance shredding, and I want it. Alright, and one more point in Physique. We're not going to use those, but we will eat them. Okay, so we can pretty much skip all this rubbish. Honestly, there's no reason not to throw a rune at their feet as we sort of waltz past like we own the place. Free XP, basically. Well, what are we doing? Half damage-ish to these guys as we walk past? That's going to start dropping because we're not scaling fire damage anymore, but for now it's nice sort of, we'll call it ambient damage. It's just fire damage floating around in the air. Okay, probably decent idea to start shooting some of these now, or, you know, blowing them up at least. Because I don't want to have to deal with all of them in one go when we get to the end. Though, having said that, with the Inquisitor's Seal, I mean, a lot of what they do just doesn't hurt. So I think as long as we're standing in the seal, we should be fine. Okay, let's place the seal down and just kind of throw some lightning at them. Alright, and I'm going to do my normal trick here, which is to go ahead and do the boss first, and then we'll come back for the little secret area there. Okay, let's see if we can face tank. I'm kind of expecting this to not work. Does look like he has his weapon, because I'm pretty sure he has to have the weapon. But it doesn't look like it has particularly scary affixes, and my resistances are more than under control, so face tank it is. Yeah, Searing of the Void. The one I got on my Conjurer was in Elite, but it had something like 350% fire damage on it. It really hurt. I can't remember the exact affixes. It was a rare fire one, and then something that wasn't really related. But, yeah. The bosses having their weapons and using their weapons, it hurts. For some of them, at least. Okay. So let's pop this. We'll go through, take all of his loot, because we're not coming back here this time. Only one chest this time. That's, a bit stingy. I've been robbed. Alright, and this little lamp here, this torch, will open the door up, and you can come in here, and there's a secret, in air quotes, door. That's pretty obvious. And then we come in here. Now, coming in here, you are going to need bleeding resistance. And if you've been watching the Purifier series, you'll know that the boss at the end throws meteors at you, and they really hurt. So make sure you don't stand in them like I did. The Purifier should have died twice in that episode, and I'm not going to say I'm disappointed that he didn't, but yeah, it absolutely should have been punished hard for the mistakes I made, and it wasn't. So I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I'm pretty happy with it, but also, yeah, definitely should have been punished. Right, got to get out of the mentality of fire damage, because Scorched Ends, these 2 extra fireballs would be really nice on a fire character, but we're not doing a fire character. I've never seen a monster spawn behind the hidden walls. I mean, I'll take it, I guess, but I've never seen it. Herald's Mask. I think I had the jacket, don't I? Yeah, Herald's jacket. So we can't wear this because we need the Skybreaker circlet, obviously. But 2 pieces of this set is 20% Aether and Chaos res, in addition to the Elemental on the helmet and the Poison and Pierce on the chest. The Herald set is actually a really good set for twinks. So if you're going to level another character and you have that set, I would say hang on to it. It's pretty good. Balan Barros here, Reflective. Probably my least favorite monster affix. Okay, and you can see the red puddles when they die. That's all bleeding damage, which if you're standing in your seal, apparently it just doesn't matter. But it will add up, and especially if you have low bleeding resistance. Okay, so I stood here to talk about this guy last time, and he decided that he was going to come and play anyway. So I'll stand back a little bit. Basically what he does is a bunch of bleeding damage, and then he throws meteors at you. Now, like I said, last time I just stood in my seal, and it was fine. This time I'm going to dodge the meteors. I did also notice this little trap he put on the floor, so I'm going to dodge backwards. There they are, and we're not getting hit by them this time. He also died a lot faster this time, which is nice. Perdition set, which is something you're going to get whether you want it or not. You'll probably have most of this set at one point or another in the playthrough. What does that actually do? Is it just damage? Looks like it's just damage. Okay, and this Devotion Shrine is actually quite expensive, so an Ancient Heart is not cheap at this point in the game. But we need it for the Vulture. So we're done with the Vulture now. This probably not my favorite devotion. There's nothing bad in here, but there's also nothing amazingly good either. It's just generic stats. It's definitely not bad, but 5 red for 5 points is also not amazing. Usually you would want 6 for 5. For example, the Spider here, 5 points gets you 6 green. The Vulture is 5 for 5, so not great, but I mean, there is nothing wrong with this devotion. Next devotion, however, we will be taking the Behemoth, or the Behemoth, depending on how you want to say it, and this is really good. With the buffs to regen in 1.2, this got hugely buffed. Giant's Blood itself is really good, and then you get just huge chunks of health and regen all around on every single node here. There is nothing bad about this, and there is a lot that's good to say about it. So, pretty happy that the guide is using that one. One of the better defensive devotions for hardcore, I would say. Alright, so we've made it through to Fort Ikon. Let's do a bunch of talking.
Good, you've arrived.
What do we got? What happened? He's been saying, yeah. Absolutely, sure. No worries, buddy, I'll get it done. And we are going to recover the supplies for them. And then we are going to actually kill the outcast, I think. Let's head back to Homestead real fast. Or sorry, not Homestead, Sorrow's Bastion. And turn in the ashes. And then they should send us into, I think, Eastmarsh next. Which we're not going to do. But, whoop. No, we don't talk to these guys. Wrong way. Let's try Death's Vigil. I mean, they would have sent us for the ashes. Just trying to complete your quest, guys. Okay. So, Death's Vigil. Let's go turn them into the people who actually sent us this time. This might actually be the next quest there. Okay, yes, I have them. Yep, we're doing the ritual. And we got Conflagration. That is not something we want. Okay, let's go ahead and eat that. Does look like they need honored for this quest. Or at least maybe respected. Probably respected. I think I normally can do that one. Right, let's get rid of all this junk. And normally I would say keep this set, but because I don't play twinked characters, there's literally no point for me to keep that. And also, there is a point where you just have so much stuff in your stash that it's kind of not worth keeping anything below level 94 anyway. For example, on my save file where I keep all my finished characters, I have an entire page that's just rings that are level 94, because I find that rings and non-set pieces are the things that I struggle to get, so I just don't keep anything that's a set item, and a lot of what I have is rings because of that. Right, so where are we up to? Soleil will do that later. Kill Lucius. Recover supplies. Okay. Into the Fort Ikon Armory. I don't know why I ran all the way over here. That was a waste of time. Okay, so Aether Res is fine, which we are going to need for fighting Lucius. I'm kind of not expecting him to get to use his meteors, considering how fast we killed Necrothan. I kind of just think he's going to die and just not be an issue. But we will see. Right, so into the fort, and this area is absolutely packed with ethereals, so you need elemental resistance, you need aether resistance, and yeah, you should be fine by this point, especially if you're following along. This guide is actually pretty good. I have made minor adjustments to it because I play hardcore, and if you're going to play hardcore as well, I would suggest following my adjustments because, well, if I didn't think they were good adjustments, I wouldn't have made them, so it kind of makes sense that I would recommend it. Alright, here's our Legion supplies. And, yeah, we pretty much just run through here. Nothing in here is going to be particularly challenging, except maybe the boss at the end. Seems like standing in the seal, we basically take no damage anyway. So, let's go ahead and kill this guy. Again, as soon as you're in the seal, as soon as you get that buff, I'm not going to say you can't die, but I'm just not taking very much damage. Right. One of the best uses for the new evade skill, getting through doorways that are blocked by ethereals. And it's always worth killing anything with a star above its head, even if only for the reputation. Alright, I think we're pretty much there now. And, right, so the Lucius fight is pretty straightforward. I did talk a fair amount of shit about him on the Purifier playthrough, and then I ate his Meteor Blast to the face because I dodged too early, and it landed where I dodged to instead of where I dodged from. So don't do that. It's a really bad idea. But he should be pretty easy. This character doesn't have anywhere near as much health as the Purifier had, so I think I'm probably dead if I eat the entire Meteor Shower like the Purifier did. But as long as you're standing in your seal, it should be survivable. Anyway, let's go ahead and kill him, and then we'll worry about that sort of thing. So first thing he does, he's going to shoot little balls at you like this. Once he's done that, go ahead and get out of the seal. Then he has his flamethrower. And there is the meteors. And there he goes. So I kind of didn't think that he would actually get to do that, but turns out it doesn't matter anyway. You just dodge. Just don't get hit. It's fine. It's pretty much what I said last time too, and then I just ate the entire barrage in the face. It's pretty funny looking back on it, but yeah, I had a moment of panic when I saw that they were about to land on me, and then panic turned into shock. I'm like, I couldn't believe I survived it. Anyway, go ahead and drop the bombs here, and let's head out into the Plains of Strife. So this little section exists for 3 reasons. The first one is just to provide padding on the way to the Necropolis. The second one is to provide an area for the Chthonic Rift to be in. And the third one is to kill noobs. The mines on the ground are a good way to die if you just keep running over them and don't really pay attention. You can take a decent amount of damage from them. And also, Locksmere exists, although not on normal difficulty, so I'm not going to be seeing Locksmere. But Locksmere's title is basically Slayer of Noobs, and not derogatory term noobs either, just people who don't know about Locksmere are going to die to Locksmere. Alright. Now, taking a decent chunk of damage there. Let's just stand in the Inquisitor's seal for a second. Alright, and we're gonna take this out. Don't need to kill this, but I don't like them. So I'm gonna kill it. Alright, let's continue onwards here, and there should be, I think, one more of those on the way. This one will do. And here we are, we have entered, now, the gates of Necropolis. So the lore in this area is pretty good, actually. If you haven't done it already, I highly recommend kind of running around in here, finding the lore notes, and just having a read. And yeah, this place is not at all what it seems like it is, which is fun. There we go. Oh, the plate mail does exist. I think that's like the third or fourth one of those I've had drop since 1.2, and I've killed a lot of these guys. Okay, let's eat that. Am I going to wear these pants? I think it would cost me my Aether Res, so no, but I do want to because they have actually a good amount of armor on them. How about this chest? No, too low level. The Herald's jacket is actually pretty decent too. But yeah, I think we're okay. Before we run into the Necropolis, though, I have to go back and do a few turn-ins in Fort Ikon. So let's go ahead and do that. I will actually chuck the Explorer's set on. I don't really care too much about the extra XP, but there's no reason not to, I guess, aside from annoyance, perhaps. And I think we're actually done with Inquisitor. So it's time to become a Paladin. And then promptly never act like one. Alright, let's go ahead and chuck those back on, and I don't know why I'm really doing this, I'll be honest. This character doesn't need the XP boost. Stalwart of Thunder. So, I think the ones I have are just better, actually. Don't get any skill points from either one of them, but the Ascended Epaulets have more armor, slightly less elemental damage, and they are converting damage that I don't do to elemental for both of them. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, let's chuck some stuff in the bank. We'll go kill the outcast. I think we have access to her now. So we'll go and bonk her on the head.
I'll keep an eye
I'm going to sell that stuff that I just discovered as well. Haunted Vestments. Fire's Might, I don't care. Less armor. No, okay. There we go. Alright, yes, so Captain Reeve wants us to go deal with the outcast. Let's go burn the witch. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to kill her on normal to get the boost to Black Legion reputation. And then I'm skipping Elite with this character, I think. And when I get to this area in Ultimate, I will probably side with her. And
what a curiosity you are.
just kind of passively level her up. Because she does have some augments that are occasionally useful. Actually, you know what? She's going to go hostile, and we have time to set this up. So let's just set this up. I think we can get 5 before they kind of pop. All right, goodbye. Alright, I think we can just run away from her now. Why is she not dead? There we go.
I have underestimated you.
Okay, so her pants actually don't give us any skill points either. The +3 to Shadow Dance, I think, is from... No, the +2 to Lethal Assault is from Amarasta's Flurry. The rest of that is just always on there, which... That's a lot of skill points, although they're all for different classes, so... It's actually not that much. That is a lot of armor as well, and a decent chunk of Chaos Res, so... I'm gonna hang on to these. I don't think they're particularly good. The Amarasta's Flurry is pierce, cold damage. The Shrewd is just cunning, so none of this is really great for us, but that is a lot of armor. Okay, let's go turn this in, and then we'll head up to the Necropolis. Where are we up to? Half an hour? Yeah, we might be able to get the Loghorrean today. I guess we should go do that quest as well. Alright. So this is going to be the Astrakhan Valley. I think this time I'm not going to do a complete clear of this quest. I do like these though. So I'll take that Aether Crystal. So we're basically sent here to slay 5 of the priests, and we'll probably get a couple outside before we even go in. Let's see if we can get those guys to walk over that. Didn't even need it. Okay, so we actually didn't get any outside, but that's fine. There's piles of them in here. Oh, they show up on the map too. Lovely. Well, there's 2. The good thing about this area is if you're looking for Seals of Binding, this is by far the best area in the game to get them. You can see I've already got 2. And this should be a 3rd one as well. Nope. That's fine. Don't need you. But yeah, this is a really good place to farm for Seals of Binding if you need them. And I generally come in here on most of my characters just for farming. This looks a little bit scary. This actually looks a lot of it scary. Turns out not so much, but double Harbingers is not something I really want to fight, especially when they are both heroes. Still, got it done. Quest is now complete. I think I am going to kill the rest of them because of the seals. I was also looking at... what was I looking at? The Black Tallow. I need to get the Black Tallow recipe, which I think is going to come from Death's Vigil. Which will be very good for fighting the Loghorrean. I think it's less damage taken from him, 6% each, something like that. Definitely worth having either way. Although it may be more damage to them, and then the Sanctified Bone is less damage from them. I can't remember exactly which one is which. But it's definitely worth getting your hands on both for sure. I'm starting to take a decent chunk of damage now, which tells me that I probably need to increase my armor because resistances are under control. Alright, and I'm not sure if the microphone picked that up, but the dishwasher is finished, so we can go put the dishes away. Really is quite loud. Okay, and we've got a rift there, or not a rift, a totem, so I'm gonna go do that as well. And let's have a look at our armor actually, now that I'm thinking about it. There's no massive holes. We are level 39, that's 35, that's 31, 30. That's going to be 35, 30. Yeah, we don't have any huge holes in our armor, so I think it's just need more health. Alright, let's stack this up. And there we go. And everybody dies. Okay, Chill Surge Ring, maybe. Fused Carapace Armor, maybe. Let's have a look. Geel is not really something we want. Yeah, we'll ignore that one for now. Fused Carapace is a slight upgrade in armor, and other than that is a no from me. And the Chill Surge Ring, well, I was expecting cold stuff, but I was kind of hoping there might be some lightning as well, but no, there is not, so we won't be doing that one. We won't be using that one. Also, once I start running into ghosts and undead and such, yeah, it's time to go. We don't need to be here anymore, and we're just kind of wasting time at this point. So, let's go turn this in, and then we'll go and I think we can probably kill the Loghorrean today. Cultists are dead, and yep, there's Respected with Black Legion, which is gonna get me... Sorry, just a habit to check the shops when I go to town. Okay, we'll get rid of all this. Keep that for now. Where are we? This guy right here. So Respected. Oleron's Blood is good for later, but not so much for now. Fortitude, Arcane Spark. Okay, so an Arcane Spark, this will completely solve any energy issues you have just forever. You get one of these, and you never worry about energy ever again. Unfortunately, it is 12 Seals of Binding, which, yeah, that's expensive. So, I don't think we really need any of this stuff. All the gear is level 50. I mean, these shoulders are actually pretty good. But, yeah, I think we leave that for now. One thing I will do, however, is I want to go back to Homestead and talk to the Order of Death's Vigil and just see if I can get me a Black Tallow. What is that? That's Arcanist. There's Black Tallow, and it is less damage from Chthonics. So I want 2 of these, and I did just get 6 Seals of Binding, so I can have 2 of those. Do I want anything else here? Not for now. I definitely will want those sorts of things later. But I think for now, maybe shoulders. So the current shoulders I have are actually very low armor. When I said earlier that my armor was fine, I didn't notice that they were quite bad. These also probably are fine. Yeah, we'll leave those for now. What I am going to do though, is I am going to make 2 Black Tallows. I'm going to put them on my amulet and also on my medal, as long as we're here. These ones, so the Death Whisper Ointment, the Aether Resist one, and the Chaos Resist one, so Vitality, Aether, and Chaos are always worth buying. The other ones, you could probably skip Fire Resistance, let's be honest. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But yeah, the Bloodbound, the Death Whisper, and Spirit something, the Aether one anyway, are definitely ones you want to buy. Spirit Bane Ointment. You want to buy them whenever you see them. Right, so I need Black Tallow. I think I need Rift Stones for those. Yes, so I'm going to need 6 Rift Stones. And that is my entire supply almost of Aether Crystals gone again. Okay, 2 Black Tallows, and then we bounce back to Devil's Crossing. And we go ahead and keep the item. Unfortunately, that is going to remove my movement rune as well, which I'm not super chuffed about, because now I have to go back to the Forgotten Gods area and buy a new one. But basically what these do is 16% Chaos Res each, so Chaos Res is hugely overcapped now, and Aether is a little bit under. And 6% less damage from Chthonics, which is 12% less damage from Chthonics, which we are about to fight a whole bunch of. The other thing I'm going to do is... where are we going? I'm going to go to the Rovers, because they have the Runestone blueprint, which I may have already bought. But if I haven't, I'm going to buy it now.
See anything you like?
So Runestone here, yep, I've already bought it. I will need to go and get some Aether Crystals for this, and I've already done the Warden's Lab. So I'm going to restart and go do it again, because I want one of those on my helmet, which currently doesn't have anything on it, and I don't like having a huge hole in my Aether resistances. We are going to be fighting a few Ethereals, so it's definitely worth having. Who did we pick? Soleil, okay. And we wanted, was it Rush?
Good price on what I've got left.
Yeah, Charging Ball. I'm just going to buy 10 of these so I don't have to come back.
I'll keep your stash.
Use one of those. I mean, I kept 2 from earlier, but like, you know, I wanted to get some more anyway. Okay. To the Warden's Laboratory. Let's get some crystals. We'll make a runestone, or whatever it's called. I think it's called a runestone. We'll make one of those anyway, and then we'll go do the Necropolis, and if we go a little bit over, I think that's fine. We'll kill the Loghorrean today. We'll maybe have a slightly longer episode. Alright. I'm gonna regret saying that if I end up doing an hour-and-a-half episode of this. It'll be fine. I've actually had a lot of people commenting on the lengths of the episodes, and there was some real-life issues last week that kind of prevented me from doing longer episodes. Those have now been resolved. I guess just kind of interested, do people prefer longer or shorter, or just don't really care? Last time I asked, it was kind of split. A lot of people were saying, you know, anything more than half an hour, I'm kind of not going to watch it. And then other people were saying, you know, the longer the better, basically. So I think I'm going to aim for sort of 45 minutes to an hour, but if I get overwhelming response either way, I can make it longer or shorter. Alright, let's see if we can make that runestone. Should be doable now. Runestone I think needs Wrathstones, but I'm going to check.
Hey, got any more scrap metal?
Okay, Runestone needs Wardstone, so I'm glad I checked. 1, 2, 3, was it 4? There we go. Okay, so Runestone goes on your helmet, and it gives you Aether and Elemental resistances and extra damage to Ethereals and Aether Corruptions. There is also a Chaos version of this, which I don't have the recipe for yet, but it is Sanctified Bone. Does that come from Devil's Crossing, actually? No, it's probably Homestead. The Sanctified Bone can go in your helmet or your chest. The Runestone, for some reason, can only go on your helmet. I'm not sure why they did that. I would have thought that you would have both of them, either only on the helmet or either is fine. There we go, Sanctified Bone. 4 Chthonic Seals of Binding is not cheap, and your chest and helmet are also kind of high value component slots, but it'll be fine. 1% undercapped is okay. I'm okay with that. Do I need poison? Nope. How about vitality? Nope. Okay, so when you're fighting the Loghorrean, the major three you want is chaos, poison, and vitality. Fire as well, but fire is kind of less, and I guess lightning. Right, let's go. That was, what, 10 minutes of running around waffling? Let's get some action. Okay, I saw the totem there. I'm heading over that way because I want to do it. The first part of this area, sort of the bottom right part of the gates of Necropolis, this is all going to be ethereals, so that's the main reason why I didn't want to come in here with a huge hole in my aether resistances. There are a lot of ethereals in this section. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3. There are a lot of ethereals here, so I didn't want a huge hole in my resistances. I mean, just in general as well, but like bleeding, I'm not too worried about bleeding. Not yet, at least. Alright, we've got 3 of these. I'll chuck a 4th one and a 5th one, and then we'll pop this. Alright. And can you just go ahead and die? That'd be great. Thanks. So there's another piece of the Perdition set. I think I'm up to 2 or 3 pieces of that set now. Like I said, you're going to get these. You will just have most of the set by the time you start dropping the Empowered set, and then by the time the Mythical set starts dropping, you'll have most of the Empowered set as well. Alright, so that's all the fun stuff for this area pretty much done. There are obviously Aether Crystals in here, and you know me, I love my Aether Crystals, so I am going to get those. There's a couple more here. Oops, a little bit early for that. I think that should take care of this one as well. And yeah, the pickup range, the auto loot pickup range is getting a little bit silly, I think. I can't really complain too much, but I'm going to complain a little bit. I like to actually see things before they get picked up. Storm charged. Oh, it's a shield. No, we can't use that. Do I want to actually use those anyway? So, Chaos Res, I'm way over cap for. Elemental, what are we, 58? Also way over cap for. So I don't need the LA Res on these gloves. I don't need pretty much anything on them. I think I will actually wear the Perdition. And if I had the Perdition chest still, instead of having sold it, I would put it on because the 2-set bonus is 10% armor. And the Perdition set is actually pretty good armor. Because it's a retaliation set, you have to have good armor. Otherwise you just can't take the hits that you need in order to trigger the retaliation. Right, let's drop a portal here. And we will run through here to the next rift, and then I will come back, because I don't fancy walking out of that tomb. It's basically a big spiral that you have to get to the center of, and it's a lot of walking that I don't want to do. Okay, Devotion Shrine up here. Let's go ahead and scatter some runes around. Just for something different, you know. That's probably enough. What about this guy? Yep, he's dead as well. Alright. That is going to be 1 point in the Behemoth. That guy's already dead. Okay, 1 point here, so a little bit of regen. Next point, more health, and then the next point is kind of the important one, which is Giant's Blood. Okay. So I'm going to get through here kind of in a hurry. Not really in a hurry, but quickly, shall we say. Okay, and we do need to go ahead and clear this out. Now, this is a pretty easy fight, actually. There we go, done. Okay, we'll let the NPCs deal with all this stuff. I will accept this quest. And then I just need to... I know the ancient eldritch being is clawing its way out of the void, and if we don't stop it, you know, before it gets here, the world's gonna end. But you don't understand, there's a devotion shrine in here, and I need it. Could you imagine if they actually, you know, you got to this point once you accept that quest, or, you know, if you don't stop the Loghorrean summoning within 8 hours of creating your character, you just die and it's game over. There would be so many people would fail that because they just didn't know. Be big mad for days. It would be amusing after it happened to you the one time, because then you would know and you would get to be amused at other people's suffering. But the first time that it happened to you, it would just drive so many people mad. I guess on softcore it wouldn't be a big issue unless they actually made it. You know, your character has failed to save the world no longer existed, start again, and delete your character. But on hardcore it would be like, you know, you died, the world's over, GG, start again. I don't know, they'd never be able to actually do that unless there was, you know, they'd have to put up signs at the start of the game. And I think most people would probably just not believe that that there was an actual time limit, because we've had how many decades of game... How did I place that there? How many decades of games just, like, you know, trying to create a sense of urgency and then not ending the world when they said they were going to end the world. Okay, Elixir of the Void. I think that's going to be damage rather than resistances. Where are we? There it is. Yep. Vitality and chaos damage. How do you... It's basically the roof. Okay, sure, why not? Why not? Alright, so what I'm here for is the Devotion Shrine. There is also a boss right next to the Devotion Shrine. You don't really need to fight him. I mean, you can, and I'm going to, but you don't actually have to fight this guy. You can quite happily just leave. Just rift out. He can't follow you, so... what does that do? Vitality to Via's Might, okay. Yet another different flavor of skater. Alright, let's just go ahead and spend that first. And I would really love to have the Giant's Blood proc before I fight the Loghorrean. I'm pretty sure... I don't remember if this is one of the devotions they put in normal, but it didn't used to have devotion shrines in the Necropolis area. That's frustrating. There we go. There is a totem in here, and there is a exalted chest in here as well, which I'm kind of... there it is. Kind of looking for. Essence of Baronath. Okay, lovely, lovely. Iron bits. Yep. Okay, so now I'm looking for the blood wagons, and I have the eastern one. Which doesn't really mean much, because east, west, and north in this area are kind of just whatever they feel like at the time. Alright, there's my totem. I'm going to head up there and do the totem. And I'm also going to see about the wagon while I'm up here as well. Let's go ahead and just drop you over there. Get one of you to walk forward. There we go. And you're all dead. Lovely. So, Forsaken Void Touch Totems, this is one of the ones that I will farm, because you can see exactly where it is from the Rift Gate when you rift in, or you can tell exactly where it's going to be, so it's very easy to get to it. Alright. Hey, there's the Shoulders of Perdition, and I am going to wear those unless there is some massive resistance problem. And that is now 3 pieces of that set that I have got. Okay, resistances. We would lose piercing, do I care? 25%? No. We would also lose 12% elemental, do I care? No. Okay, let's do it. So we picked up the 2-piece bonus. We just gained, 200 armor on our shoulders, plus another 10%, so that's 235 odd armor on the shoulders, plus a whole bunch of armor everywhere else as well. I consider this to be a massive win. I will, however, be needing my my Silk Swatch back, and my bleeding resistance is getting a little bit scary.
Tinkering is my specialty.
In terms of bleeding resistances, the ways to get them is Silk Swatches, which I would have to lose some Scaled Hide to get, so I'm not doing that. You can also get them on Wardstones, which go on your Amulet and on your Medal, which I just spent all that time getting the Black Tallow, so I'm not doing that either. I guess we could be, yeah, something like this. It's not really a huge amount of ethereals coming up, so I think I will swap that one in. And let's go ahead and get rid of all the rest of this. 32% Chaos Res. I don't think I'm going to need this, so I'm going to sell those. Okay, Scorch Rune, no. What's that one? Nope. Glyph of the Northern Ram. So this is a Via's Might clone. But that's kind of expensive to get a skill that I'll have access to myself in a minute. What were those shoulders actually? What do we got? Dust Rollers, no. +2 to Inquisitor Seal though. No.
See you around. You see anything you like, put it to good use.
Okay, let's go get our Skilled Hide back, and then let's go kill as a Loghorrean. Keep the add-on, yes I'm sure. I don't expect to find any more Aether damage, so I think that's fine. It's a little bit concerning how low it is, but yeah, I'm not expecting any more Aether damage at all.
I'll keep an eye
That'll be fine. Okay, 2 more blood wagons. Then we're gonna go in and kill the Loghorrean, and we're already up to an hour. All right, no more screwing around with gear. Let's get this done. Looks like this is going to be a slightly longer episode. All right, Necropolis interior speedrun. Let's go. We've already lost, but we can get the rest in a little bit of a hurry. Okay, no blood wagon here, which means there's almost certainly one over here. See that one on the map at the top there. So we'll head up and get that one. That's going to be, I assume, the northern, and then the western I will get on the way back. It's almost certainly here-ish. Can someone trigger? There we go. Took you a while, but we got there in the end. Okay, I'm actually going to go back to this rift, and then we'll head to the west, because I think it's going to be fairly close. There it is. Can I get a rune up there? I don't think so. Alright, so if we can get a devotion shrine inside the tomb, that would be ideal. There we go, and you're all dead. Okay. Yeah, if I could get one more devotion shrine inside the tomb, that would be amazing. I'm kind of not expecting it. Don't think there's one here on normal. But we'll see, I guess. Maybe I'll get lucky, question mark, and have them actually put one there. Or have put one there, rather. Would be ideal, obviously.
Yeah.
I know they definitely exist. I know they do exist in here, but I think they are ultimate only. Give me the lore note. Okay, that's a dead end. I'm not going to bother with the secret area. If you pop this switch here, and I'm right here, then this door over here will open up and you can go in here and there's some chests, but they're all kind of... You know, you're not going to find anything great. Same with this little secret here. You're not going to find anything amazing in there. Alright, where's my green worm? He's not here. So there is a giant green worm that can spawn there. Lots of poison damage, which should already be capped if you are here. Your poison, vitality, chaos, devotion shrine, and lightning resistances should all be capped before you set foot in here. Alright, so we are going to have the giant's blood available to us, which is very nice indeed. Do I want more? Let's just do it anyway. Yeah, it'll do. Okay. So, Giant's Blood. Now, ideally, I would put this on Resilience, but I don't have Resilience yet. So, I am instead going to put it on something that is up all the time, and we're going to waste a lot of healing from it, but them's the breaks. That's a little secret area as well. The switch for it is, I think, on this wall, or potentially on this wall.
Yeah.
But we're going to leave that alone, and be on our way. And we should be able to get to the Loghorrean relatively quickly. There is going to be a giant green worm standing in front of the door, so I'll have to take care of him. Speak of the devil. Wait, that's not him. That's another giant green worm. Can I go this way? I think I can. Yes. Okay. Here is the giant green worm that I was actually talking about. So let's go ahead and take care of him. He is going to do a decent amount of poison damage. Never mind, he's just going to die. Like I said, do recommend going through here and picking up all of the lore notes and having a read. The Necropolis looks like it's a place to store a whole bunch of dead people. But it turns out that yes, but also no. So definitely recommend reading those lore notes if you haven't already. Okay, so the Loghorrean hasn't had breakfast yet, and he's a little bit grumpy. But that's alright. We've got breakfast coming to him. Just his breakfast may cause him a little bit of indigestion. So anyone who's watched any of my other series will know that this is probably, maybe not my least favorite area in the game, but it's definitely not my favorite area because of the dead ends that I'm very good at finding. So hopefully I'm not going to find too many of those this time. Don't you step on my runes. Don't you do it. Good boy. Okay. Let's go. That, I think, is never going to get old. They didn't even trigger all of them. Alright, Tainted Blade. I don't think any of these blues are going to be something I care about. Alright, I see dead ends. I'm not liking the fact that there are dead ends here. Okay, reflective, my good friend. You're not that reflective. And boom, you're dead. Okay. So the only other thing between us and the Loghorrean at this point is the, what's his name? The guy standing at the door. He's a fancy cultist. I'll remember his name as soon as I see it. But there is a boss cultist standing at the door who we will have to kill. And then it's Loghorrean o'clock. So we'll fight the final boss of the game. Boom goes the dynamite, everybody dies. Lovely. Like I said, lore notes for this area, strongly recommend reading the lore notes. Obviously it's a single player game, so everyone should do what they like, but, you know. Thalanus, Bloodlord Thalanus. Yep. I knew I'd remember it just as I was looking at it. I actually did remember it before I saw it, but, you know, no one's going to believe that. Alright, and it should go down relatively easily. One more should do it, and it's not quite. Okay, there he goes. Serenity Stone is actually complete garbage for an amulet. Let's see. Resistances are fine. I think this is probably about as good as it gets before we go in, so I guess we yell our god's name as we go charging in, so Leroy Jenkins. Alright. Easy fight. What you want to do with the Loghorrean is you want to watch his mouth. If it's fire, he's going to spit chaos at you. You can dodge side to side for these ones. Apparently that's Sunders as well. If it's green, he's going to spit poison. You can't really dodge that. You just kind of have to run away. I am collecting the Sunders today, so that's why I'm getting hit extra. I recommend not collecting the Sunders, but, you know, could be fun. Who knows? I am... Yep, there's another Sunder. I am going to kill off his friends, just to kind of make this a little bit easier. I disagree with that Sunder. Anyway. I think we can pretty much just keep moving. You just watch his mouth. I think he's actually been sped up a bit. Stop getting sundered, that would be ideal. Okay, and last phase. I think. Okay, little poison bits, that's fine. The basic idea is just keep running, keep throwing things at him. Eventually you'll throw enough shit at the wall that, you know, it'll stick and he'll die. If you do get into trouble, you can always run back down here. I'm pretty sure he can still hit you with the lightning bolt. Don't quote me on that, but you can more or less just hide and put the entire fight on pause if you need to. This will give you time to regenerate energy. It'll give you time for your health to come back. Maybe you're waiting for your giant's blood to come off cooldown. Basically, you can put the fight on pause whenever you like. So that's the end of him. You may now access Ultimate difficulty. There we go. We're not going to Ultimate, we are going to do Ashes and probably even Forgotten Gods, but I am planning on skipping Elite. maybe not entirely skipping, because there are some easy to get devotion shrines in Act 1. So I may go and do Act 1 just for that. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. So thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.